Hi, MorganDragonMoon.
Hello, Kat. How's it going?
I'm pretty good. How's yourself?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good. Um, let's see. We don't have any viewers yet.
No, not yet.
What? Yeah, so we will. Let's do. I'll do some sharing. Haven't shared yet. That's probably right. We have one viewer. Hello. How
Hello.
are you? Do some sharing. Get some more people in the room.
Yeah.
Thank you for who's watching. So we were just talking about before we came on live. How angels intervene when someone nearly dies, and they can. It just happened to you. You went through an incident where angels intervened and kept someone alive.
Yeah.
Now they're close to dying. Yeah. Did you want to tell that story or not? What happened?
Well, I can tell bits of it because I really don't want to say what happened fully and everything. But
you don't have to.
Yeah.
Maybe not graphically. Yeah. I just want to say that if you believe, it can happen. They can do amazing things. Angels, can't they?
Hi, Michelle. Hello, Teresa. How's it going?
Hello, Teresa. Hi, Michelle. Thank you for watching. And hello to anyone else that's watching.
But
this is MorganDragonMoon. Pardon?
So basically, I'll just summarize it. What happened?
If you want, you don't have to. I put you on the spot. Sorry.
Hello, Davina.
Hello, Davina. Yeah, go ahead. You can tell them.
Well, basically, a relative of mine fell, and he got injured from it, and I pretty much asked my guardians, my ancestors, any angels or whoever wanted to help him recover from this incident because he went to the hospital just to get stitches for it. And he ended up recovering, but he's still in a little bit of pain physically, but he's doing really well now. And thankfully, it didn't get any worse than it would have, because I honestly felt like if things were to turn for the worse, he probably wouldn't be alive today, in my opinion.
Yeah, so, yeah, of course. I'm listening to you. I'm just distracted by my video. Is all blurry, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, is anyone else seeing my video blurry? Yeah, no, that I totally believe that story. Damn it, I'll have to get a dongle.
Yeah.
For my internet to work properly. There's always something, isn't there?
Yeah.
I tell you, internet is the hardest thing to get up and running when you move.
That's true. Well, luckily, you can also get like mobile hotspots now, so that if you're in a location that doesn't have internet, you can use your phone's data and connect that way too.
Oh, me? With my phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, my phone won't work. I tried the hotspot on my phone.
Oh, that's
good. Yeah. I'm blurry too. Teresa's saying I'm blurry. All right. I have to get a dongle.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to leave you with the show because I want a blurry picture. And I'll be back soon.
All right. See you soon.
Thank you.
So, I hope all of you are having a very good Memorial Day or whatever holiday you're celebrating right now. I'm doing pretty well. It's very, very calming right now, especially being really close to my family lately. I started a garden in their backyard recently because I felt this sudden urge to connect more with nature and kind of start living off the land. I'm doing very well, thank you. And kind of getting back into living off the land, being very close to nature like my ancestors used to be. and kind of like how everybody's ancestors used to be as well. Because I feel like after this whole stuff that's going on right now ends, I feel like there's going to be a big shift happening when we go into 5D. We're going to start appreciating the earth more and kind of go back to the agriculture, agrarian kind of model, but yet we still have the technology where it's not like backbreaking labor. I feel like there's going to be some technology, probably not earth technology, that's going to be helping us with a lot of things. So like if you're not a certain level of income, I feel like once we get all this new technology and the shift happens, I feel like everybody's going to be on a same level. We're all going to be kind of living like how we should be living, you know what I mean? Yeah. There's a... Sorry, I have to get a drink of water really quick. I just had some stuff going down my throat. But yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of watermelon, pumpkins, zucchini, a lot of different types of peppers, corn, radishes, lettuce, and spinach. And then once I get more dirt in this one container, I'm going to grow some corn in there. And then maybe once I get these 5-gallon buckets, I'm going to do potatoes in those too. And I'm also growing herbs too, because that's what I wanted to start with and stuff, because I'm going to get books on how to do stuff with herbal medicine, because I feel kind of drawn to that as well. Yeah. But let's see what I get here. I just got something come through. Something with anxiety. Are you feeling kind of anxiety right now? That's what I'm getting. So I'm getting something with anxiety. But they're telling me to tell you that being outside, staring at water, being a lot closer with nature helps with anxiety and stuff like that, because the earth is alive. It's like all of our mothers, and earth loves us all, and they're willing to help us with emotions and stuff like that. And like whatever you give to the earth, like the energy of anxiety and stuff like that, when you're grounding, the earth will do whatever it wants with that energy and use it as it sees fit. And then let's see here. I just pulled up something about the Greek goddess of agriculture. I'm pretty sure most of you know who she is. Her name's Demeter. I did a show maybe like 3 weeks ago or whatever, how many weeks ago it was, that I was talking about. Was it Demeter or someone? It was either Demeter or Persephone, and how she ended up getting dragged to the underworld by Hades and stuff like that. So right now, according to Greek lore, Persephone right now is with her mother Demeter. So, and once fall gets here around August or September, that's usually the time when Persephone goes back to the underworld to be with her husband Hades, and that's when the plants kind of start dying and stuff like that, because Demeter's sad. Whereas now Demeter's happy that Persephone is back with her, so that's why the plants are growing and stuff like that. At least that's what the Greeks saw it as. I think there's more to that story though, but I'll have to sit quietly one day and see what comes out from that story, because a lot of the Greek mythology and a lot of different mythology, there is some actual real stuff about that. If you believe that, I honestly do. So, we are in May still. I'm just checking something really quick here. The moon's still in the sign of Cancer, by the way. So if you feel like being close to your family and old traditions and stuff like that, that's why, because the sign of Cancer is very traditional stuff like that. And I'm actually learning astrology right now. I just haven't watched the videos yet because I've been so busy with gardening and stuff like that and whatever. What should I talk about? Okay, I just have to bring this out here. Do any of you like to dance? Because I've been starting to dance all of a sudden lately. Because to me, it's a really good exercise to me, and it's just like when you listen to the music, your body starts like moving with it. And it just feels fun. I mean, I have fun doing it now, but like before, a long time ago, I hated dancing. And it's like now that I'm opening myself up more, it's like I just love dancing. I love listening to like tropical sounding music, like steel, the Caribbean steel drum music and like anything like tropical sounding music. I just love that stuff. I mean, it reminds me of like the islands and stuff like that, and I've never been to any of the islands before, but I just love the music, and I've been starting to. That's awesome. It's one thing perfect thing to do during this time, especially since how crazy everything's been getting and how depressing and kind of people have been getting a lot lately. This is kind of like, how would I say this? Like how you boil pasta and like how the molecules are like this, and then all of a sudden, like, then something just, you shut off the heat, and then the water settles down, and then what you were cooking is finally done. That I feel like we're in the cooking phase right now, where like we're getting energy bombarded on the earth. More people are starting to wake up. There's some people that are not waking up, unfortunately, but that's their choice. That's not anything I can do about, but I feel like I can influence them a little bit, but then it's just their choice. It's like you can't mess with their free will. And that's with everything. It's like we all have free will, and messing with it is against the universal laws. Oops, that was my speaker that shut off. I do apologize about that. But yeah, I feel like the collective consciousness is starting to wake up a little bit more. Yeah. Sure, you can ask a question. I'm doing readings tonight for, I think it's 1997 still, right, Kat? And if you're interested in having a reading done, you just click the PayPal link above the video, and I'll do a reading for you. But if you have like general like yes or no questions, I can answer those. But like if you want like an actual reading, then you'll have to PayPal the link on top. And it was at one point 35 something, but like during the it's right. Hey, you're
Sorry. Can you hear me or see me
I can
properly?
see you, yeah.
Am I clear or blurry?
You're clear now.
Oh, good. Now the readings are now 1997.
Okay.
They were 35, and you can actually get in on the studio, have it video or audio, or you can do the readings in the comments. And also, if you subscribe, you win a prize at the website. So, and the links are under or above the video stream. Depends if you're on a phone or a computer or whatever.
Right.
Thank you.
Yep. So if you want a reading, definitely take advantage of it right now because the prices, I think, are pretty good at this time because of how crazy everything is getting, and everybody's kind of conserving their money because they don't know for sure whether or not they're going to have enough income to pay their bills or even eat now. And yeah, if you want a reading, definitely take advantage of it. But if you don't want to, I totally understand that. I'm not going to force you to do something that you don't want to do because, again, that's against the universal laws. So, but I feel like if you do want a reading, you'll definitely make that decision yourself without anybody influencing you at all and stuff like that. But if you want to stay around and watch still, that's perfectly fine because I feel like I got some messages I got to project out because I had a reading recently from an astrologer about what's going on with my chart, and she said something about me being like the chariot between the two realms. So like there's the realm of the living and then the realm of the dead, and then the middle of those two realms, people call it the hedge. So there's people that travel between both realms. They're either called hedge witches or shamans. And I happen to have taken shamanism classes, so I call myself a shaman, but I'm actually a wizard too. So, but then you can call different magic titles. I honestly think they're all related to the same thing, in my opinion. But it's like the viewer, the connotations of some of the stuff, like have power over them. Like most of the time, if you say the word witch, a lot of people are like they're kind of scared and stuff like that. But if you say like a wizard or shaman, then they kind of more like, oh, that's really neat. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just kind of how the Western society is because of the burning times and Salem witch trials and stuff like that. They're still a very recent memory, even though they happened like 300 years ago plus. But the town of Salem itself and the Salem area, they have, in my opinion, very well recovered from that. I mean, they're luring. I mean, not luring. They're attracting people in with the actual event, but the energy of the town is just fantastic. There's a lot of metaphysical shops there. There's a lot of people in the metaphysical / occult community there. And if you feel like you're a part of that group, the energy there is just amazing. And if you're spiritual yourself, it feels great too. There's just a lot of positive energy there, in my opinion. And yeah, there is some negative energy still there, but it's like an oil spot in your clothes. It's like you so many times you can wash it out, and sometimes it will still stay there, but eventually it's going to go away. But it's not like it's really bothering anybody unless you notice it. You know what I mean? And then not only that, but they're near water too, and water is very soothing for people because a lot of the ancient societies that were living near water were very spiritual because the water is a cleansing agent. It's natural cleansing agents because, like, with a lot of the detergents that you use and cleaners, the first ingredient's usually water or whatever chemical they're using. So water is a natural solvent, and you're 75% made out of water too. So you're literally a being made of water, and the moon controls the tides of the earth. So why wouldn't the moon control the emotions and reactions of how people are? Wow, that just came out of nowhere. Well, that didn't just come out of nowhere. That just... Sorry about that. I just got a second talking myself. I should stop doing that. But, yeah, the moon is in the waxing crescent phase now, so it's starting to go towards the full moon. And the full moon... Let me take a look on this calendar here. I have another monitor right over here besides my laptop that I check information off. And that's going to be Friday, June 15th. And that's going to be in the sign of Sagittarius. And not only that, but there is a lunar eclipse that day too. So that's going to be a very powerful day, in my opinion. And you definitely do not want surgery on that day, because on this one site called AstroSeek, it literally says surgery, and it's like caps letter saying no, and then an exclamation part after it. So it's like, no, don't have surgery that day. Well, that's really neat. Yeah, I love the moon. I could just spend a whole entire night looking at it, and it makes a lot of sense because my relationship with Akate and stuff like that too, and how her story and my story are almost similar in some ways, but not entirely. Yeah, and then yeah, just full moon and then the bonfire. That's my best night ever. I love going outside at night because you can see all the different stars, and if you have this one app on your phone, you can try to see if you can initiate contact with extraterrestrial life if you want to. But I tried it once and it didn't work, but that's because it was super cloudy that day, and I might try it again and see what happens. If you're wondering about where that came from, there's a movie called The Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. If you do get a chance to ever see that movie, I highly recommend you watching it because it's very fascinating. I have yet to watch it, but I've heard a lot of good reviews about it. And yeah. Hello, Claire. How's it going? Hope you're all having a very good Memorial Day. I'm having a pretty good one so far. Didn't really do anything special besides waking up and watering the garden and kind of spending some time with my parents and my uncle after his accident. He's doing a lot better now, thankfully. We were all kind of in a very emotional state at that point, but like I could feel like my emotions starting to build up and stuff like that, and I was like, wait a minute, I need to stop. I mean, not stop, but I need to emotionally detach myself so I can calmly think of what's going on, because if you let your emotions take control, it's your thoughts and everything, and like your intuition sometimes gets cloudy. So then sometimes you make bad judgments. I'll have to see. But yes, I am doing readings tonight, though. They are for $19.97. And if you want one, you can click the PayPal link above. And if you subscribe, you're able to spin the free prize wheel and get a prize on the website as well. And if you want, you can have the reading done in the comments section. You can actually have your video posted on the screen as well, or you can do audio. I will happily do a reading for you if you want to do that. But we'll just see what happens, because I'm just interested in seeing like what Spirit has to offer us tonight, you know? But yeah, June 5th, we'll be at a full moon and a lunar eclipse at the same time. And then get ready for this. June 21st, there's going to be a new moon and a solar eclipse at the same time. So there's going to be 2 eclipses in the same month in June. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of action in June. Good or bad, I really don't know. But I have a feeling right now that more people are starting to wake up. The whole, well, watching this astrologer said something about like the whole collective consciousness is going to start slowly waking up. Some of them will start waking up. There's going to be some that are going to start having the same dreams as each other. It's going to be really fascinating to see what happens. Okay, that's going to close out. I programmed this pop-up trying to turn itself on. Sorry. But yeah, so we're going to have... Oops. Would you like to restart the application? No, sorry. This game I play just tried popping up and wanting me to play it, but I didn't want to do it, so... So the full moon's going to be in Sagittarius, and then the eclipse, the solar eclipse, is going to be in Cancer. Very interesting. I'm actually excited to see what happens. There it goes again, trying to start up again. This time I hopefully shut it off for good. But yeah, so I think I might do something tonight for Demeter so that she helps with the garden. Well, not really helps, but like sends her energy to help me with the garden. And hopefully the garden takes off really well, because if we have a lot of abundant harvest, I'm going to not only use it, but whatever extra I have, I'm going to give to people that want it. And it's good practice for me in the future, because I'm planning on becoming self-sufficient, where I can live off the land and not have to worry about vegetables and fruits anymore going to the grocery store. I mean, sometimes the produce is not that expensive, but at the same time, sometimes the quality of the produce is not very good. But it all depends on where you live, though. Lately, around here in the bigger stores, it's hard getting certain types of meats now. So I've been thinking about maybe convincing my parents, hey, I think you guys should go in. I think we should go in on maybe getting like a cow, or made a big decision today. Is it the right one? That's a good question. How do you feel about it? Because usually if you feel like you did the right decision, sometimes it usually is the right decision. But how do I say this? I get something about don't worry about the past, and just more or less focus on the horizon in front of you, because if you keep looking at your past, like keep looking backwards, you're going to end up hitting the next object in front of you. Like like, how would you say, if you're looking in your rear view mirror too much, you're going to hit the car in front of you. So I would trust the universe and yourself that you made the right decision, because that's the thing. It's like, if you don't trust yourself, then who else are you supposed to trust, you know? I mean, the best relationship you can ever have is with yourself. Because if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, in my opinion, how can you have a good relationship with any other people or your parents or whatever? You know what I mean? Because if, for example, if you have someone in your life saying like derogatory things to you or calling you names, you wouldn't take it, right? So then why would we do that to us? It would be the same thing. I mean, it's a hard habit to break. I mean, I know for a fact that it's a hard habit to break because I still talk down to myself, but I'm getting better at it though. I'm looking at this mirror every day and saying that I'm a powerful multidimensional being that is a master manifester and is living the life that they want to live. So as long as you keep saying good stuff to yourself and looking at the mirror and like giving yourself love, I feel like that's going to help you with your energy level rising, and it's going to help you overall later down the line too. And then being close to nature too, that also helps as well. Because, not gonna lie, hugging a tree actually feels really good. Because it's like the energy, the bad energy that comes out of me goes into the tree, and it's like, I think I need to be strong. Yeah, we all do. But don't worry, I feel like you're gonna get there. You're welcome. So, I'm trying to think of something. Yeah, I love to look at the sky right now, but it's daylight in my neck of the woods right now. Currently 7:34 in Grand Forks, North Dakota, but it doesn't look like I'm in Grand Forks, North Dakota. It looks like I'm in the southern hemisphere because that's the tapestry on the back of my wall currently right now. Yeah, she must be in the UK or somewhere in Europe because it's definitely not nighttime here right now. How are things going over there, by the way? Because I had a friend tell me to keep my eye on. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Wow. It's amazing. So how's things going over there? I heard some people are saying it's getting worse. Some people are saying it's getting better. Oh yeah, too many people dying now. Have you noticed it's in a lot of the nursing homes and stuff like that? Yeah, that's not very good. But I had a friend told me to keep an eye on the UK and Canada for some reason. And I did a remote viewing in Canada one time from above, and I saw what looked like a triangle shaped craft. It almost looked like a B-2 stealth bomber, but not really. And it looked like it was spraying some kind of black smoke above Canada. And it did not look very good, in my opinion. And I feel like it's going to be something going on there. Not sure what yet, um, but keep an eye on it. Definitely have your guard up and be grounded at that time because we're going through quite a bit of months that we're not going to have a whole lot of Earth signs in the zodiac right now. So definitely remain grounded right now, because it's not going to be until December we start getting more Earth signs back in the charts. So you're definitely going to want to remain grounded as much as you can during this time, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. But if you're all there and you're ready to expect whatever, I feel like you're going to be able to handle it. And in my opinion, this is a test for everybody to see how we react to it. Because if we give into our fear and not trusting our intuition, then in my opinion, I feel like they won. But they're not winning. They're on the they're in their corner right now, and they're being desperate. And by they, I mean dark spirits and dark entities right now, because they thrive off of the bad energy and stuff like that, because it's like food to them. So, if you could see dark spirits, it would look like dark, oily smoke. And I did a remote viewing over California, and California is just completely dark. You can't see anything. New York's the same way too. Yep. Positivity is definitely a good weapon against them. And happiness as well. Because honestly, if the whole world was really in a happy mood right now, we'd be in 5D in no time. They would be starved to death and they'd be gone. But I got this like maybe months or so ago, like when my friend kept saying, keep an eye on the UK for some reason. And I kept thinking like that something's going to happen. Like, I feel like the people are going to start getting so riled up, and I feel like there's going to be riots going on, in my opinion. But I honestly have not seen anything like that yet, but I feel like there's an energy, a pent-up energy, that people are tired of this, and they feel like, I want to go outside. I want to go outside. I don't want to be stuck inside anymore. I mean, look at Hong Kong now. They're starting to protest in Hong Kong again. So I feel like that's going to come back again. I feel like people are going to start saying, hey, this is enough. I want to take my chances and go out. You know what I mean? I mean, there's starting to be protests even in the United States now. I feel like that's going to be a global thing now, too. Oh, really neat. That's awesome. You have a garden? That's amazing. I hope my garden does really well. I hope your garden does really well, too. But, how would I say it? I'm not worried about it turning violence. I feel like they're not going to be violence, but the protesters, in my opinion, I feel like they need to keep their guard up, because I have a feeling that these dark entities are going to try to infiltrate their protests and turn them violent. Because if you are doing something out of peace and love and kindness, it's going to be more effective than you doing it out of hatred. Yeah, they have been. I mean, I had a friend talking about that. They're even saying that that's going to happen in China, but I haven't heard nothing yet about what's going on there. But their news media and everything's been so tight-lipped because of the CCP. And by the way, I honestly think that after this whole thing is said and done, and then once we go in the 5D, the CCP is not going to exist anymore. I feel like the Chinese Communist Party is going to be gone, and I feel like the people are going to take over. At that time, I feel like the Taiwanese government, the Republic of China, is going to come back to the mainland, and then the Republic of China is going to exist again. So I feel like it's going to get a lot better over there, because a lot of dark players trying to take over that country, and they're not doing so well right now. Yeah, it's hard to wake people up, because if you try to go at them with bluntness, they're going to resist it. So you're gonna have to use your compassion and stuff like that. You're gonna have to say, like, hey, I understand what you're going through. I'm here for you. I'm just trying to help you see what's really going on, because they want you to focus on what's in this hand, but not see the other hand doing something shady in the background. You know what I mean? It's like the whole cloak and dagger thing. Okay, I'm going to reference my favorite movie franchise. The Star Wars universe, during the prequel trilogy era, there's two sides of the Force, there's the light side and the dark side. The dark side was secretly manipulating events behind the scenes. This guy, Palpatine, Darth Sidious, he caused the Clone Wars to happen. He was secretly pulling the strings of the Republic, which is the Galactic Empire eventually, and the Confederacy of Independent Star Systems, the Separatists. So he was using both sides to gain more power and eventually turn the Republic into his empire. And he had this all figured out 35 years in the making, and he knew exactly what to do, like to manipulate events to get him into the chancellorship. And then he started getting like these emergency powers so that he could pretty much become a dictator and nobody would care. But then like the Jedi were kind of catching on to it until the Emperor, or Palpatine, corrupted one of their best Jedi, Anakin Skywalker, and he ended up falling to the dark side and becoming Vader, because like they didn't some people trusted him, but they thought he was too arrogant, and I kind of get that. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling the movie for anybody that has not seen it. But eventually he ends up turning back to the light side in the end by his son, and I'm pretty sure most of you have seen the movie, but yeah, it's kind of, the movies, in my opinion, are mirroring what's going on right now. There's this dark power that was manipulating the backs of the scenes, and they eventually kind of got what they wanted, but they didn't get their ultimate goal, which is a totalitarian world government. And they're honestly failing right now because there's people that are in power now that they cannot control or buy out. So they're on their last legs right now, and you're all going to be very happy when they're gone, because they've been in power for 30,000 years. That's what I'm getting. It was after Atlantis that these guys got in power. I feel like they were in charge. They were behind every single thing that happened in history, in our documented history and undocumented history, because there is an actual history of what happened to whole humanity. But I'm not going to get into that, because that could take more than an hour to talk about. But eventually, I'll talk about that. Maybe I'll talk about that on my personal channel or my personal page, whatever happens. But yeah. So anyways, I'm going to try to yeah, I know exactly what you mean, because I have friends that are just regurgitating everything that they're saying. And it's like, are you guys not even thinking for yourself? Because it's like if you let someone else think for you, they're gonna tell you to jump off a cliff, and you'll say, "Okay, I'll jump off the cliff." It's like they'll lead you to your destruction without you realizing it. And then once you're awake, like not woke, I mean awake, you won't go back to sleep at all unless you allow them to get you back to sleep. But once you're awake, you're awake. That's what I've been telling people. It's like there's a difference between being woke and being awake. Woke, in my opinion, is just you're seeing what they're telling you to see. Awake is you're actually seeing what they're doing, and you won't be able to not see it anymore. So like in the Wizard of Oz, the wizard says, "Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain." Well, once you're awake, you finally see who's behind the curtain. And I love that movie, by the way. I just love that movie. It's an old movie, but it's good. I can't. I have a friend that calls himself the Tin Man because he had open heart surgery and had a heart transplant. So, you know, like how the Tin Man wanted a heart, he's got a heart. And I just love the dog in the movie too. It's like a Cairn Terrier. Ever since I saw that movie, it's like I want to get one of those dogs. I just love those dogs. Yeah. Definitely got a good message to it too. But interesting enough, there is conspiracy theories about that movie that are very fascinating in my opinion. And I definitely suggest you check them out if you're interested in seeing them. And I also heard that if you play Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon album and watch The Wizard of Oz at the same time, it matches up completely like that. It's just fascinating. I've yet to try that, but I heard it matches up perfectly. But yeah, I hope you're all having a good night tonight. There's still plenty of time if you want a reading. They're only $19.97 tonight. Well, not tonight, but right now. And if you click on the PayPal link, you'll be able to book a reading with me. And yeah, that's what you can. That's pretty much what you have to do is stay positive. I mean, it's their choice if they want to wake up or not. You can't really force them to wake up. Because if you did, it'd be like you breaking the universal law or something like that. So it's a sad thing to think about, but there's just some people that you can try to help them, but in the end, it's them that has to actually want the help. But anyways, if you want a reading, it's $19.87, and you just click the PayPal link, and you can come in video, audio, or do the question in the comments, and I will do the reading for you. And if you click the subscribe button, you'll be able to spin the prize wheel. Oh, sorry, the wrong direction. The prize wheel, and you'll be getting a free prize on the website. And I'm hoping to be on the website a lot more than I normally am right now. So, yeah, it's for sure. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the show. It's been a while since I've done a show, and I'm actually really happy to do it again. But hey, Kat, is it okay if I do a pull of a card, like a free card thing? Since we only got 10 minutes left. Like a general reading for everybody. So I feel like one of you was gonna get a message tonight because there's just, how would I say it? Something about, I don't know what's coming through. It's definitely a message of staying positive and being hope and keeping hope for sure. But definitely gotta trust my gifts and let them come out, not filter anything. Because the astrologer says I am pretty much a chariot between the two worlds. So pretty much standing on the hedge, and I'm the messenger between the realms, which makes a lot of sense if you look up my story and match it up with Hecate. It just fits perfectly. But yeah, I will do a reading for you guys. Not sure what I'm going to be on again yet, but I will keep you posted, or just keep a look on the Online Psychics Live Facebook page, and they'll have a thing up saying when I'm going to be on again. So if you're interested in that. All right. I guess I'll do a reading for you guys. I'll use my Chinese fortune cards again because I just love this deck. Eventually, I will do more readings with this deck because I just love the art on this deck. I have been doing them on the Why Not Wednesday thing, so definitely check that out if you're ever interested in watching that. Interesting. Thank you. I appreciate that. So the first card is beautiful. That's really what it says. And then the second card is marriage. And last but not least is the freedom card. So let's see what message I get from this. Something about self-care, working on yourself physically and spiritually. That's what I'm getting first. During this time is definitely a perfect time to do self-care and spiritual care, getting yourself stronger physically, mentally, spiritually, recreating yourself in the way you want to present yourself to the world, doing like art, promoting yourself, getting starting to grow stuff, kind of figuring out who you really are and starting to mold yourself into that image. That's what I got with that card. That's what you were doing. The marriage card, to me, represents the completion of that. Like a marriage is where two joint parties, regardless of whatever gender they are, unite together as one and formally get together permanently, like a partnership. Kind of the same way as business partners would form an alliance and become business partners. So I feel like you're starting to form something like a business relationship or personal relationship. It could be friendship too. That you're formalizing it, signing it all done, set stone thing. And that's, yeah, like whatever you were working on is complete at this time, and now it's time to start going to the next phase, the next tier of the rung, the next evolution stage or something like that. And the last card is freedom. So what I'm getting is that you're starting to become more independent, not having to depend on other people, institutions, humanity, in a sense, is, I feel like you're starting to become, how do I say this, integrated with both realms, kind of like what I'm kind of going through right now. Because I feel like both realms are starting to merge together before the 5D, I think. So there's a lot more spiritual activity now, like good spiritual activity and bad spiritual activity. But I feel personally that you have gotten everything that you needed to get done now, and now you're at your destination, your prize. So I feel like you're gonna have something lifted off your shoulders, like the burden that you had was gone, and you're gonna have your freedom. You're gonna feel more independent and how to describe it, a lot happier, in my opinion. You're gonna be a lot happier. So, did that make any sense to any of you? I feel like it did. I feel like this definitely was meant for one of you. And maybe part of it's meant for me too. I do feel like it. You're welcome. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I just love this deck. It's a very amazing deck. And all of your ancestors and spirit guides right now are all with you right now. So you're definitely not alone. So you definitely have allies with you. You might not feel like you have people on your side right now, but you definitely have people in the afterlife on your side right now. So in a sense, I feel that way too, like where I had friends that were not really on my side, but I know for the fact that the afterlife is on my side, so I'm not really upset about that.
Thank you for your show tonight.
You're welcome.
And I'm sorry, everyone, if I'm a bit blurry. It's my internet connection. I have to get a dongle. Davina says, that's brilliant. Love you tonight. Being great. Thank you. It was a fantastic show. Lots of wisdom there.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone, for watching. And we will be back soon.
Yeah. Thank you all.